Today's news. Human rights obligations must be implemented. Food safety in discussion. Monitoring of the websites of state-run agencies. Relations between traffic police and driver. Today, a civil society seminar on the working conditions for the Azerbaijani NGOs kicked off at Ambassador Hotel. The seminar was organized by the European Union delegation to Azerbaijan and the Azerbaijan NGOs Forum. The two-day seminar will discuss the standards for the freedom of association, legal and institutional climate for NGOs in the European Union, capacity enhancement, human rights dialogue between NGOs and Azerbaijan government will be discussed. It was said in the seminar that European Union carried out regular activities in the South Caucasian region in the NGO sphere. European Union has held similar conferences in Georgia in 2009 and in Armenia in 2010. Development of the civil society organizations in Azerbaijan is very necessary for European Union. We hope that NGOs will put forward their proposals on development perspectives of the civil society in the seminar, said Jerome Pons, head of Political Economics, Press and Information section of the European Union delegation to Azerbaijan. Application of the international standards in the human rights and NGO sphere was discussed in the forum as well. The speakers recalled Azerbaijan obligations on free operation of NGOs and human rights. It is not enough to undertake obligations on fundamental rights and freedoms. It is crucial to implement the obligations as well. Implementation of the obligation is a different issue than undertaking an obligation by signing a document. Some countries apply tax inspection for the NGOs, violate their rights or curb their activities by issuing ungrounded court decisions. On the other hand, it is not sufficient to only implement the freedom of assembly. There is need freedom of speech and press as well. In fact, NGOs should be involved in state affairs, said Professor of Law from Sweden, Claes Sandgren. The majority of the population have been settled in Baku and other big cities, which is one of the results of the decrease in the share of agriculture. That was the leitmotif voiced in the presentation of the international report released in the framework of GROW program by Oxfam. Last 5 years have seen an increase in the importation of basic agricultural products to Azerbaijan. The products with more dependence on the importation included meat and meat products, sugar beet and others. Oxfam country director Shavkat Alizadeh said that 40% of the population make income in agrarian sphere, as the researchers say. The last 10 years saw a tenfold increase in the investment in this sphere. The problems have increased as well in the said sphere. Specifically, the consumption rate of the basic foods are by twice less than that set by the World Health Organization and by 2.5 times less than the norms set by the developed Western countries. Alizadeh believes that the climate change brings up unexpected results as well. That's why the government should take preventive measures to prevent the heredity and the potential famine that it could result in, Alizadeh said. The Multimedia Information Systems and Technologies Center presented its report on the monitoring of the websites run by governmental agencies and municipalities. The center has been monitoring the website of state-run agencies since 2006 to check if they are complying with requirements of the laws on state agencies as well as the law on right to obtain information. The current monitoring covered the period from December 2010 to June 2011. Websites of 60 state agencies and 15 municipalities were monitored. The Center head Usman Gündüz said that lack of the information on budget expenditures of state agencies and the tenders on state procurements is common to almost all websites. Some agencies are not in any hurry to create their web resources, namely Azersopen Joint Stock Company and the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection of Population are working on their website. Today, a press conference on final phases of the project, titled Relations between Traffic Police and Drivers, was held at Ayrupus Press Center. The project was implemented from July 2010 to June 2011 by Anti-Torture Committee with financial support of the Council of State support to NGOs. During this period, social surveys, public discussions and meetings of traffic police and drivers were organized. The survey covered 100 drivers in Baku, Ganja and Shirvan. Of 100 drivers surveyed, 34 considered that drivers have to break the traffic rules in most cases. Of the 100 respondents, 56 considered that the main cause of violations are committed by drivers who obtain driving license in an illegal way and don't know the traffic rules. Another 31 considered that if certain punishment measures were taken, there would be no violation. During the realization of the project, problems faced by drivers and the police were revealed. Driving culture, rudeness of the police, drivers' inadequate responses to notifications, and so on. Rafik Tarmazov spoke about the conclusion of the project. He noted that they paid special attention to relations between the police and drivers. Several technical problems were solved in the final of the project. According to him, the police don't stop the drivers without no reason. The problem is that the imposed fines are inadequate.